Goose breast fajitas. A couple things you need to know about geese. The bigger the goose, the more pronounced the flavor. A speckled belly goose does not cook like a Greater Canada goose. It always helps if you put a little marinade on them. I have a very simple fajita style marinade that starts with a little tequila. Now, if you don't like to use tequila, it's all right. You can just use a little bit of orange juice instead. Tequila, lime juice, Worcestershire, some jalapenos, thinly sliced jalapeno peppers. Make it as hot as you can handle it. I've got garlic powder, kosher salt, ground cumin. Cumin gives it that very pronounced southwestern flavor, and some oregano, dried oregano. That goes into the marinade. This marinade is acidic. I'm going to give that a stir because of the lime juice that's in there. So you don't want to leave it in too long. I'm going to whisk a little bit of oil in. This is vegetable oil. The vegetable oil will help protect the meat from overcooking with the acids. Now, if you have an acidic marinade, and by that I mean lemon juice, lime juice, vinegar, it will cook the meat. Like ceviche, when you put lime juice and lemon juice on fish, it will cook it. Over here, I have some well-trimmed Canada goose breast. I've got red onion, red bell pepper. You can use any color bell pepper you like. The marinade goes on top. Give it a couple of hours. Because it has the vegetable oil in there, it's not going to overcook. Cover it up with a little plastic. Give it a turn so that it gets all the flavor. Out of the refrigerator, into the pan. Goose first. That's what we call sizzling goose fajitas. The goose goes in. You want to be careful not to pour a bunch of this marinade in. The reason is this marinade has tequila in it. And tequila will catch on fire when you put it into a hot pan. And of course, rule number 1 in the Sporting Chef cookbook is do not overcook your duck or goose. All right, now give it a flip. Side B of the goose. Well browned. Peppers are going to get nice and charred. Onions are going to be delicious. Now, the way I tell how my goose is cooked, and this, you want this to be about 130 degrees at the internal temperature. Push down with your fingers. This is starting to firm up. Eventually, you will be able to tell what a 130-degree goose tastes like. Once it's done, put it on a cutting board, a firm surface. Let the meat rest for a few minutes. The reason that we let meat rest is as meat is cooking, all the proteins, all the juices go to the coldest part of the meat, which is generally the center of the meat. So if you take a goose breast or anything, any piece of meat, take it off a grill, take it out of a pan, put it on somebody's plate. As soon as they cut into it, all the juice runs out. Give it a chance to relax for a few minutes. Now that the meat is rested, the grain of this goose breast runs this way. I'm going to cut across the grain, just like that. You can see how that's cooked. I like mine a little on the rare side. If you don't like yours as rare, you can always cook it a little bit longer. Across the grain, I've got some nice sturdy flour tortillas. Take my sizzling goose breast fajita, peppers, onions on top, perfect with some fresh lime. Matter of fact, I'm going to put a little lime right on top of that guy. Serve it with salsa, and you have sizzling goose breast fajitas.